In this video, I'm playing Backgammon versus the Bot with my good friend John Georgiou. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, so I can work on that. My book, Backgammon Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. If you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. In this video, again, it's my great pleasure to have my good friend and regular John Georgiou. Thank you for joining me. Welcome.
Hello, Alex. Yeah, I feel like I am your regular. This will be like number 4 or 5. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy having guests on. I have many different types of guests. Recently, I've started some new initiatives to promote tournaments. So I had some interviews with some tournament directors. A couple other initiatives have been to get more people to play, and I'm targeting two underrepresented demographics, youth and women. So I've been doing this with a number of youth and some women. I released a few videos with the youth, I think, this past week. And I have a number of them with women that I'm planning to release on International Women's Day coming up next month. So that's going to be
Yeah.
fun.
I've noticed on your channel because you put the forthcoming videos, and I've seen
Yeah.
some of the ladies who will be coming, and of course I've seen the 4 youth ones that you dropped recently. I think I've watched. The only one I haven't watched properly is Ryan Rebello, but
Oh,
I watched Callan's, Hannah's, and is it Alex
Alice
Thorpe?
Thorpe from the UK, and I'd done one previously with Oliver Squire from the
Yeah,
UK.
but I don't class Oliver as youth. He might be in age, but in backgammon terms, he's an old man.
Oh, well, no, he's in college like Ryan Rebello. They're two outstanding players.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know he's young, but in backgammon, he's not young. He's really like good.
yeah, yeah, he's very good. So fantastic. Yeah. So I'm happy to have you. It's always a pleasure to see you. Um,
Yes.
and I was going to mention to you, I've been watching some of your videos on the with the Stream Champ. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that a lot. It's good fun. Unfortunately, Nick beat me in the last round. Yeah, I, I've been sulking for a few days now.
I saw that, but I feel like it's just like enjoyable to be able to play and educational, just like
Yeah,
me.
it's a lot of fun. Honestly, it is. I saw your Chris Bray against the bot. Did
Yes,
he play? Did he play under 1 PR?
something like that. He's an outstanding player, and in that match, sometimes we have matches. I've had a lot of matches. Some of them were pretty easy and straightforward with like not too many difficult decisions. I know you had to comment on the one with the 5-2 clearing the bar point, I think, in one of them. But yeah, that was a good match. He's an outstanding player. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, yeah. I want to try and beat that today. Do you think it's
Okay,
possible?
okay. Well, look, some of it like that we talk about the luck factor, but for me, like sometimes the luck factor is getting good roles that are easy to play. Because if you get good roles that are easy to play, you're gonna get a low PR. But if the roles are difficult to play, the positions, that's what makes it difficult.
That's a
Um,
good point. And that's why in your other video where you said the good players play the bad roles the best,
right, right.
that was like a eureka moment for me because I'd not thought of it in those conditions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I saw the one that you played with our friend Hanna Polyakova. She's fantastic.
She beat me as well, but yeah, it wasn't a Stream Champs match, so it wasn't as painful.
Okay.
And one of the rounds in Stream Champs, I'll get to play her again, so I'll have an opportunity to try and reverse it. But who knows how that will be?
I'm very happy that she's participating and has her own YouTube channel. I think it serves it well to get a lot of youth as well as women playing the game.
Yeah, oh yeah, they definitely need to be encouraged a lot. And like the kid, what's his name? Alex Thorpe, yeah?
Yes. I think he's 10
Oh,
years old.
that blew my mind. It, like, and he spoke with such confidence and articulation. Like, he really gets it. Like,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. Because in the UK, I don't know about where you are, but here in the UK, the main demographic of players are like probably 50 to 70.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the current active players are in that age range. I think to myself, in 20 years, when they're old, they're too old to travel and play, where are we going to have players from if we don't get new players coming into the game?
Right. Most of the people I play with are grumpy old men.
Yeah, the ones in the UK aren't so grumpy, but they are quite
We have some grumpy young men too.
Hey, I'm only grumpy if I lose. If I win, I'm the happiest person around.
My friend said, with I told him it's a pleasure to have you. He says, except when I'm grumpy. I said, yeah, but that's only most of the time.
Not all the time, most of
Not
the
all of
time.
the time. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's see there. Are you able to see the screen now?
Oh,
Very
2-1. What
good.
am I supposed to do with 2-1?
2-1. We'll get started in just a moment. I selected this board because this is the color of one of your boards. Like you have this Jedi board, right?
Yeah, yeah. But it's not a real board, though. That's only a virtual one. I don't
Oh,
have
okay, but
that.
it's beautiful. This one is a Jeffrey Parker. The skin is made by Rain. He makes some beautiful ones. There's a link in the description. It'll be the usual 3-point match. You'll be playing the blue checkers at the bottom, XG the white checkers at the top. Of course, you're always welcome to consult with me, and as the guest, you always have the final decision. So now we can start with the 2-1. How do you like to play the 2-1?
Um, just 13 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to try and beat Chris. So I want to play a move that XG will approve. So I think that's 24-23.
24, 23. So the XG plays the slot.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'll go with that then.
Okay.
I
Okay.
prefer that. I prefer that. But
Yeah, so the reason, so I've studied these. So you look at the 2-1 where it's correct to slot, whereas with 4-1 or 5-1, it's correct to split. There are a number of reasons for that, in part because 2-1 is the smallest opening roll. So if you lose in the race, you're not losing as much as what you have gained. And secondly, if white rolls like a 5-4 or something like that and hits, you have good sixes from the bar where you cannot come in with a six, but you have a good six having the checker on the 11 point. But if you play a 4-1 or a 5-1, you don't have good sixes from the bar. The numbers that you would have to hit with are duplicated to enter. So those are some of the reasons why the 2-1 is best to slot.
that makes a lot of sense. Cool. I like
Okay.
this play because it's more aggressive.
Yeah,
And like now, instead of making the 5 point, XG's
right.
hit us. So,
Right. So
yeah.
it duplicates those numbers like a 3-1 and fours like 4-2. That's useful here, uh, and so forth. Okay. So interestingly, if white were to have rolled a double one, it's not correct to hit here. It's correct to make the 2 points because you're able to make 2 points.
That's right.
All right. So 4-1.
Okay, so now we come in on the 21 point with the 4. We do that because we don't want to be stacked. We want some diversity. The second reason is we can use the 1 to try and fight for our 5 point.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. Now we
Okay.
have some options. Double
Yeah,
six.
like cubing.
No, you're not going to cube this one.
Okay,
Double
boring.
six is a good roll.
It's a lovely roll. So let's do the first one, which is obvious, 11 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
4, 6, 2. Okay, so we can't hit on the 10. So how about 2 from the 13 to the 7? And
Yes.
now it gets tricky because if we run from the 21, we are in the firing line of the checker on the 10 point, as well as the 12, as we're looking at the board. 13 and 15 for white, yeah.
Right.
So, but then is getting hit so bad? Not really. I mean, if we go to the 18, I feel like we give our opponent good sixes in a way, because otherwise, what sixes does the opponent have except to go from the 10? But then we get more return shots if we get hit there. So,
Right. So I
mm,
see a couple of benefits of this one. So let's look at the other one. If you make this play, and you get hit loose or otherwise, you have fewer return shots from the bar. Secondly, the two checkers back are stuck over here. On the other hand, if you do this sort of split and you get hit, you're going to have many more return shots from the bar. Furthermore, you'll have this higher anchor slotted, and it makes it much easier to make that anchor or something else, like the 20 point with a 5-1 or a 5-4 or something like that.
mm, mm.
So I think the first three are good. It's just a matter of the last one.
I think the 18 has a lot more going for it.
All right. We'll see. We'll see.
Because we could even make the 18 points if we don't get hit, and then we
Correct.
block. So yeah, definitely the 18. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of people like fail to think about. Like they see all the downsides when things don't work. Um, but they don't think about like what happens when it doesn't.
Hmm. No, I'm happy with that.
Okay. Very good. So there we go. Double hit, but that's okay. 4-1. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Right. I wanted to consider the cube here because I feel like we've got the better structure and we've got a lot more threat. So we can hit with any 4 or 3 on our opponent's home board.
Right.
We've got rolls which double hit, like a 4-6 maybe.
4-3,
Um,
double 4, double 3, double 2. I don't know. A lot of
well,
them.
double 4 would be a sort of a joker because we come in on the 21. We able to make the 4 point. We're able to bring other checkers into play with the last 4. So I feel like winning chances in this game here, I think we're at least 60% right now, and probably 65-ish. So I don't know. I would be tempted to cube here.
Yeah, this is actually reasonable. I tend to kind of just roll quickly, but if you look at it, you look at like the position. First of all, the race is even. However, we have 3 checkers back versus 2 back here and 1 halfway back, so like 2.5 back. The other thing is we have a stronger board, a 2-point board versus a 1-point board, and white has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blots scattered around, and we have a solid 4 prime, whereas white doesn't. So if we manage to hit somewhere, we're going to have a pretty solid position. So I don't know. Let's see how many rolls we'll hit. So all the sixes, 6-5, 6-4, 6-3, 6-2, 6-1, and then what else? There are a lot of numbers that hit. So I think this is very reasonable, especially at this type of score where if you double and you win a gammon, it's the match.
Yes. Yeah. I would think this is a cubing position
Okay,
personally.
so let's do it. So it was taken. Now double 3. It's
Okay.
Joker. 1,
Yeah. Okay. So 7-4 with 2.
2, 3.
Now we've got a choice with our last one. Do we hit on the 21 point or do we abandon our midpoint? Because we almost are going into a blitz now.
Right.
So I feel like putting an extra check on the 10, even at the cost of dismantling our midpoint, I think it's got potential to be the right move here.
Yes, I definitely see exactly what you're saying because I tell people there are 4 primary strategies of winning. There's a racing, priming, blitzing, and a defensive, like a holding game. Here, first of all, we're winning in the race. We have a nice prime, and we can actually blitz. So doing this, although it does not have a bring it to the 9 point, which is bearing on the open 3 point, it does produce like a double four to make the 2 point nicely. It does have secondary benefits.
Yes.
And these ones are going to be available to be hit.
Yeah, so as long as the important thing is to definitely put two on the bar.
Right.
So we had the choice. Do we put the one on the bar from the 21 point or from the 10 point? And as we've discussed, probably the 10 point suits us more at this stage.
Yeah, this is where the action is going to be on this side of the board.
Yeah,
Okay. 4-1. Okay, so now with the anchor, we're going to try to prime or hit more checkers back.
definitely.
3-2.
Okay, so we'll definitely hit on the 21. So now we've got to think, what do we do with the two? We don't really have any good ways of diversifying on the bottom half because 8 to 6 doesn't diversify, 10 to 8 doesn't diversify. So maybe we just go from the 22 to the 20?
22 to the 20. The other option would be to hit with the 3 and bring this down to avoid the double one joker, which would bring in 2 and hit. Here it looks like when I look at this, we're up by a lot. Do we really need an anchor right now, or would we rather have these splits for more shots here? That's the
I,
other
I,
thing.
I don't think we need an anchor now.
Yeah.
Double one, if we stayed on the 13, would definitely be a joker because two would come in, one would hit us, and one would make the bar point.
Or possibly just bring 2 in here. I don't know. But I feel like the added benefit of this bringing the 13-11 is more on the other side that we're able to keep these all split for more shots at this point, at this checker.
But if we go to the 20, we're
Oh,
giving
you still
ourselves
have that.
twos. We
Right,
still
right.
have that.
Oh, okay. So that one, that's actually a good point that I didn't think about. So what do we have here? Like over here, 5-3 and double five will make this point, right?
Yes.
The 3 point and double four will make this point. So here, I guess threes are duplicated. But what else was there? Three.
So
I mean,
we're
threes are going to be
thinking,
duplicated either way around.
yeah. So I think 22 to 20 is okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. 6-2. All right.
Now we now we've got a choice. We don't really want our opponent to anchor, do we?
Nope.
So we were probably going to use our 6 to hit on the 2 point. So now what do we do with the 5? I would say 10 to 5 looks solid.
Yep. Brings another builder for here.
I don't see a better 5 to be fair.
Right. Okay. Very good.
Okay.
4-1. All right. Now we have some shots. We have threes, fours, and sixes to cover, and twos and threes and sixes to hit. Okay. 3-1. I think the priority is covering, right?
I can, yeah, yeah. Mm.
Oh, you prefer hitting.
No, no. I mean, we don't. No,
Yeah, this is better.
it's got to be better. When you're playing against a back game, you want to try and occupy points.
Right.
Okay.
So,
So what do we do with the one then?
okay. So the one, let's see. Ideally, we want to make this 3 point. So we could do that with a double five or a 5-3. Um, I guess if we play the one here, it does make an anchor, which we don't really need, but it anti-duplicates the threes. So now threes are no longer good over here. However, double three would be okay. I'm also looking at numbers that are blocked from here. So double three is blocked from here, but it would be okay over here. What about double four? You can come out, you can bring this in. That should be okay. I don't think it's a big deal. The other thing you could do is go over here, but then that kind of duplicates the fives and the threes that hit here that also potentially hit here.
So I was actually thinking of just playing 6-2 because to make the 3 point, now we need 5-2. And why that's relevant is 5-3 would work well at the top.
In what way? Oh, three and then continuing? But so
Yeah,
would two.
so would, yeah, okay, so would 5-2. Yeah, that's true. I don't, yeah, look, I'm absolutely fine with either. If we go to the 23, it's also good. Um, yeah, I don't really have a preference here.
Okay.
I tried to find a reason for 6-5, but I couldn't in the end because,
Six,
like you
five.
say, it's duplicated.
I feel like usually you want to keep the spare on the higher points if possible.
Yeah,
And maybe
sure.
this will give us protection just in case, like, in case of a double three or a double one or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try that. All right. 3-2.
So we can hit on the 18,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd like to play 8-5
Yeah, more
because
builders.
more builders for that 3 point.
And note that double five still works to make the 3 point.
It does.
Okay. All right, here's our chance.
Okay.
2-1.
To slot or not to slot?
I mean, what would be the benefit of slotting versus its downside?
Um,
I mean, of course we want to make this point, but is it so urgent that we would need to slot it right now?
no, it isn't.
If we play like this, we bring it's not bearing directly, but now it produces double three doesn't work, huh? No, does double four work?
And
No.
we've taken away double five.
Yeah, taking away double five.
So
Uh,
how about just 24-21?
that gives a double six to hit here. The other thing is if you go like this, that gives a double six and a double four to hit here, loose if necessary.
Sure. I don't see too much difference in either variation. Um,
I think with these, you kind of need to focus on the game plan, which is to make this point. That's like what we really need to do next is make this point. And if white comes in with one checker, we're going to want to hit loose with as many numbers as possible. So this gives double sixes and double fours, whereas this gives double sixes but not double fours.
okay.
Yeah,
All right. One extra roll. Let's
minor
go.
things. Okay, 6-3. Okay, so one. There you go. Look at
There's
that.
a double four.
1, 2, 3, and then we'll bring this one down.
Perfect.
Magic.
Wow.
It's like we're calling our own numbers. 5.
Okay. So now we want to play so we don't get trapped and stuff, right?
Right.
So which way would accomplish that? I don't want to move from the 24. Because then fours and sixes are blocked. So we have to stay back. I just think 9-8 is the obvious one.
Right. Double after this play, double fours is bad. You cannot play here. You can play one there, and then you have to play 2, 3, 4 that cracks.
Yeah.
So
But it's also you blocking your fours and sixes when you go to 23. So
right. Okay. Here we go.
okay. So
Okay.
if we go 24-21 and then 20-18, what are we blocked with?
So this one's blocked by 2s and 4s, but this one's blocked by 6s.
And we can still play fours from the 18 or twos.
2, 3, 4, right? 2s
Yeah.
we can do, 4s we can do, 6s will be fine. Threes would be
fives will
okay.
be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Good. Looks
Okay.
good.
It does pay off to double one, but that's not a big deal. Okay. 4-3.
I don't see a problem with running the back checker all the way with both dice.
Okay. Double one. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right. Now 5-2.
Yeah, we can safety the 18. So now it's just 1, 2, and double one that are a problem.
Yes. And if we do like this, it's only 4-1, but not double one.
And not 1, 2.
Right. Two numbers instead of three numbers.
But that argument means that this play is the better one.
However, our double fours play worse here. 1, 2. Whereas here does double two play bad? Not so bad.
But we're giving up about 3 rolls that hit us to avoid one roll we might roll ourselves. So
No, we're only giving up one roll because here there are three numbers that hit. 2-1 and double one, that's three numbers. Whereas here it's only two numbers, 4-1.
so it's one either way.
One either way, yeah.
All right, so let's play with the one where we don't mess ourselves up with the double
Yeah,
four.
yeah. Okay. Okay, that's it. So what do we want to do?
Um, we don't want to leave a 6-1.
Right.
So going from the 8 to the 4 um, means we've got to find another 2. So we can't go 9-7 now, for example.
Right, right. What
Well,
about just doing this? 1, 2, 3, 4, like that?
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that. Double four. Okay, 4-2. So here's the 4.
Yeah,
And you want to do 2 here to make double sixes nice and try to prepare to clear the 6 point?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Double 2. Okay. Now 6-1.
So 2, 2, 4, 6. Okay. Let's play the 6 from the 10. Okay, and then we can choose what we do with the 1. 4-3 looks okay to me.
Right. Then the alternative would be something like this. Here. Is that okay? Let me just look at this. How does double fives, double fours looks okay? Oh, it's okay.
Number 6 works.
What was the other option? Double fives, double fours plays good here. Double sixes plays good. I feel it's going to be very minor.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So which one you like this one with the 4-3?
I don't know why, but yeah,
Okay.
it looked good to me. Yeah.
Okay. 6-1. So the 6 is forced and the 1, I guess, like that.
Well, then we leave bad double fives and double sixes.
This way you leave a really bad 6-5 or 5-4.
That's also true. So we'll take our chance at the big double.
It's
Yeah.
not it's only a double 6 that's bad. Double 5 is not bad. Double 4 is bad. Sixes and fours.
Sixes and fours.
But
Okay.
at least those bear off more checkers. 6-5 there.
Oh, look,
Oh, we
there.
said it. Okay, here's the big chance for white. Let's see what happens. 5-1 the hard way. It's okay. We saved the gammon. All right. 3, I guess, and 1 like this.
Yeah, we don't have a choice.
Okay. Might be a
We
hitting
got
change.
we got set up there. We
Oh,
got
sometimes
set
they
up.
miss though. Did you see that miss? 6-4. That's a good roll. We still have some gammons here, John, unless we roll another 6-4 or 5-4. 3-1.
Right, do we clear the 5 point?
So the other option would be like this, right?
Yeah.
So what are the considerations? For example, we're going to win a gammon no matter what, as long as we, don't get hit. So what are the chances of getting hit? Here, with a 6-4 or 5-4, that leaves a double blot. That's really bad. After this, there are only six numbers, 6-5, 6-4, and 5-4 that leave a shot, and that's only a single shot. The benefit of this is it does bear off a checker, but it does put another checker on the wrong place here.
But that might not be an eventuality because we might add a checker to the 2 point
Later,
a few rolls, and then that will turn 5 into 6. So it might not transpire to be a problem.
right? Okay.
But I think it's important to not get two blots hit. So
Right.
let's clear the 5,
Clear,
just to avoid drama.
yep. Save your drama for your mama.
And my mama, she's had more than enough drama from me.
I heard there's a book called with that name, Save Your Drama for Your Mama. It's about
Sons are a blessing to their mother, don't you know?
yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. This book was about employees that bring drama to the workplace.
Ah, we
Okay.
don't want to double 3
Double one. Okay, so
and 2 across. Yeah, forced move.
again, we're gonna win in the race this way.
Not if we roll a 1.
Maybe we'll roll another double one. Uh-oh.
There we go.
All right. We've got 6 off though. No, okay. You think we still have a gammon here?
Yes, yes, I'm confident.
All right. Uh-oh. At least it was a double.
Now the gammon's there, the gammon's there. But have we beaten Chris Bray earlier?
We're gonna see. Now we'll analyze it. How do you think we played, John?
I think I might have pointed us in a few errors, so I'll go for 1.4 for the PR.
1.4. That's superhuman. I was able to get a sneak peek. It's not 1.4, but it's still pretty good. 2.33.
Ah, okay.
You're disappointed with 2.33. This is amazing. If I could average 2.33, I'd be happy. Okay, so the 2-1, yeah, it is a slightly better to slot
Okay.
with the 2-1 for those reasons that I mentioned. And then with the 4-1, it was clear to come in and hit. There's often
Yeah.
an early hitting exchange fighting for the high points. And the double 6, yeah, this is the one we were looking at, right? So, oh, the other thing was,
The third one was the other one we
oh, the
contemplated.
third one. Wow.
Wow, very bad.
Oh, compared to this one.
Yes.
I can see what the reasons are on this whole dice distribution. Here we go. Do you see this?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, so let's go back to this. Let's look at this one. The final looks like this, right?
Yes.
The other one, the final looks like this.
Yes.
Okay? So the top swing roll is a 5-2. So how does 5-2 play for white here? Well, it's a 15-8. So we'll safety this one, right?
Yes.
If white rolls a 5-2 here, it's 5 hitting and 2.
And 2 in.
Right. It's just you get return shots on the other way.
Yes.
There are a lot of like these hits, like these double hits are hitting inside, which is actually nice for us. And then let's look at the second rolls. Look, this is the second roll. This is our next roll. Remember how I said we have all those return shots after play A, but not after play B? This is what shows it. It's much more green, which indicates play A is superior.
Yes, yes, yeah. And
Yeah.
the reds are all like lighter colored because they're
Right.
positive.
And they're
Yeah.
more and they're fewer. The thing I tell is not the number of green versus red bars, but the area under the curve on this histogram. You see, like if you measure the area under this green curve, it's much more than the area under this red curve.
Yeah, so yeah, okay. Or another way of saying it is the line that goes under the green is longer than the line that goes under
Right.
the.
Partially. This is another way. This is actually the two-roll histogram. You see how much green there is here, all this green compared to the
Yeah,
red.
it's probably double if you were
Yeah.
to actually calculate surface area. It's probably
Right. That's
double.
that's the exact thing that you would do. Uh, okay, good. So that's a nice lesson because you split these ones and the return shots are important and after this play, you kind of have control of all four quadrants of the board. Whereas after this play, you have a big gap here and your checkers are not connected.
And you've not made any progress to leave the 24 point, which you have to do at some
Right,
point.
right, right. Exactly. Okay. And then here we go back to initial. The 4-1 was forced. And this was the doubling decision. Look at that. I rolled. It was a blunder not to double. You caught me.
Mm, mm. Yeah, the threat and the advantage, I might have considered passing this if I was playing myself
Wow.
because I feel that when this goes bad, it's going to go very bad. And I would be tempted to pass if I was white.
So what about for money?
Yeah,
Let
even worse for money. I hate losing money.
No, but in an unlimited game, it's not quite as strong here because here a double gammon wins the match, whereas here there's some recube big. There's one. Let me see. There's some decent recube big here too, but the gammons win the match. But let's say you're playing like a longer match, like a 7-point match. It's probably not as strong because a double gammon only gets you to three away. Well, it is pretty strong, but not quite as strong. This is worth 870, and in a 7-point match, it's worth 810.
Do you remember when I was trying to guess the winning percentages? I said probably around 65, I
You
said.
did, and it's 64.05, almost perfect.
Yeah, I had an inkling that there was just so much positives for blue here that, yeah, as I said, I probably would not take this cube myself.
Wow, you're either improving a lot or you're a fortune teller.
Well, no, I'm saying the bad thing because XG says it is a take,
Right.
and
Well,
I'm
let's
saying,
look at this. So this is the dice distribution. So these are all the rolls that are really good. So one would make it a pass here, right? So double four, double three, which we rolled, double two, 4-2, 6-4, 4-3. Those are all rolls that hit twice. That's really strong, given what we have here. Now let's say let's do something else. Let's paste this position and let's say we had this position. What would you say the cube action is now?
um, okay,
Certainly better for white, right?
it's definitely better for white. I think that it's still a double.
Okay.
It's just an easier take for white.
Let's see what it says. Now it's actually not a double because that's so much stronger. But let's see what else we can do. Let's see, what if we move this checker back so it's not on the point we want to make the most? Still probably I bet this will probably still be a double. This is even stronger. Wow. But it's the fact that there's so many blots. What if there were fewer blots? Like, let's say this one were here.
But now you're also playing around with the race lead, and that probably comes into
Right,
it as well.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we could do something like this. Now it's the same race. Still double, but not quite as strong.
And the winning percentages have hardly dropped much either.
A little bit. The gammons are lower. Yeah, the gammons go up. Yeah. So good. Then we rolled a double three joker.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what it said here. It said that our play was close. What we did was this. What XG prefers is not bringing this one down, hitting that one like this.
Yeah. Um, right. That's interesting.
I feel like these are very close, and it's not a huge difference. Let's see. That one wins more gammons, I guess, because it sends another checker back, and probably because this is not bearing on that point.
Yeah, but like we spoke about, for blitzing, you need checkers in the zone, and
You
that
got
you
cut off for a
bringing
moment.
bringing one in on the 10 is just more checkers in the zone than 24-21.
It is.
Um, yeah,
It is, but
it's if you look at the actual figures, it's all very small. It's 71.9 versus 71.5. It's
correct.
47.9 versus 47.6.
Yeah.
It's very low.
It's very close. When it's this close, I don't make a huge deal about it. Okay. And then the 3-2, it looks like all the top plays were close. Yeah, it looks like what we did was tied with 13-11.
Okay.
So no big deal there. And the 6-5, the 6 was to hit, and the 5, it looks like either one of those was fine. This comes out a little bit better, what we played. That's nice because it diversifies things. And this is the 3-1 where we couldn't really decide on the one. Wow, look at this one that was close. 21-18 with 8-7.
Wow, and not covering the 2 point.
Yeah,
That's astonishing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But what we did was slightly better anyway, so that's good. Okay, and then the 3-2 looks like these were tied. Yeah, that was virtually tied with 8-5, 20-18 and continuing. Okay. And the 2-1, this was minuscule difference between the top plays, but we did select the right one. And then with the double 4. So that was the reason we selected this for the double 4 and we actually rolled it.
Yes.
So that was good. It turned out in our favor. And then here, this one we couldn't figure out the one, but they were all basically tied. 6-5, 5-4, 9-8, and even 24-23. 24-23 was a little bit worse, but all these other ones were virtually tied.
Yeah.
Okay.
We James Bonded it. We were 0.07.
Oh yeah. I like that. Okay, and then this 3-2, it didn't really matter. They were all the same, and same with the 4-3. Let's see if there was something interesting here. With the 5-2, okay, this is the one we discussed for a moment here. The 18-11. The other one we were thinking of is 18-16, 14-9, but then the double fours became bad. So it was a
But
minuscule
it's
difference.
still very close, though, isn't it?
Very close, very close. And then we ended up rolling the double 2. which didn't really matter with this situation here. Not a big deal. And then the 4-2, yeah, this is the one where you want to prepare to clear rather than bringing one in. Like
Yeah,
so. Yeah,
take off the 6, yeah.
right, right. Okay, and then the 6-1, they were very close.
I think this is the one I wanted to go to the 3, isn't it? I was
Yeah,
like, it just looked okay to me. It just looked good to me, that move.
basically what you want to see is this or this. So things you want to consider are the like large non-doublets that work like 6-5, 6-4, and 5-4. They're all good here as well as here. That didn't really matter. Then you think about the large doubles, like double sixes is fine here. Double fives are fine. Double fours work okay. What
No,
about,
double fours actually are bad after 10-3.
well, you play one and you bear one off and then you clear the 6 point.
Oh, okay.
So it's not terrible. Uh,
Okay.
I think it's just like subsequent rolls after that, you'd rather have checkers on the higher points rather than the lower points. Uh, okay, so the 6-1,
Wow, this was one of our biggest punishments.
wow. I have trouble swallowing this one. I'd have to look at this on the second roll dice distribution. Do you see this second roll dice distribution?
Yeah, I can see it.
So the top play was 5-4, which results in this position.
And
Six
which
five,
gives a bad 6-5.
6-5, as well as 5-4. 6-5 is worse. So that's here. The 6-5 and the 5-4 are bad here. But double six is really good. Whereas in this case, the double six is not quite as good. Let's see what's not good here. Double six and 6-5 is not good, and double four. So, but everything else favors the other one. Because if you take out those numbers after this play, you're getting ready to clear the 5 point. So let's say you roll a 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. You've got the 5 point strip to be able to clear it. Whereas that's not the case here. So I guess it's 2 rolls in advance. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a hard find. That's a hard
We,
find.
we looked at the immediate more than the long term or medium term. We
Right.
looked at next rolls. And when we did roll 6-5 next, and so we felt vindicated in the moment, let's say.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see what else happened then. We came in and there was a little bit of an exchange here, and the 3-1 and the 6-4 was a good roll. See, after the 3-1, we were missed with the double five. That was a good roll for us. And 6-4, we just brought it home. And then this was the 3-1 we were talking about. Yeah, here, if you do this, now it's stripped, so there's a lack of flexibility here.
The big punishment. I'm glad we didn't play that.
Yeah, yeah. You're just trying to clear. Okay. I think, in these, when you're, just going to win a gammon anyway, you really want to clear from the rear. And this play of 5-4, 5-2 clears the rearmost point immediately. Whereas the other play does not, and it does not even prepare to clear it.
And you open yourself up for those 6-4s and 6-5s and 5-4s. Yeah.
Right. 6-5 will be okay, but 5-4 and 6-4, right. Okay, then the 6-1 was clear. and the double one was clear. Now we rolled another one, and then two off, and then we rolled a 2-1, but we weren't hit, and that was it. That's all she wrote.
That's all. Yeah, yeah.
Came down to 1.97. This is superhuman. You know, most you can't even play a 1.97 average.
Yeah, but maybe we had some dice rolls which were like more obvious to play.
Yeah, I
So
feel like we didn't have a lot of challenging ones. What
no,
was
they were all kind of like even if they were close, it didn't really matter too much which way we went. They weren't going to be big errors.
this was
Um,
this was the biggest error.
yeah, so we've learned from that one.
Let's see what happens if we clear. Now it's 1.05 if we don't include that.
Wow, massive.
But the thing is, you know, when you look at these things, these are like really small errors. That tells you like how much you need to improve to get from a 1.97 to 1.05. That's like really detailed, and these are very small things. It's really hard to play below a 2 or 3, even, you know.
I also think that the length of the match or the games that also comes into it.
Right,
So this was a 3 point that was over in one game. So it was very condensed. So your any mistakes you make are almost amplified because you don't
correct,
have the volume to dilute them.
correct, absolutely. But that was a good match. I always have fun playing matches with you. What did you think?
I always have fun playing matches with you, and I think that's one of our best efforts so far. So that's fantastic. Maybe because we tend to play quite quick. Maybe we could try a 5 point one day. That will definitely
Yeah.
give a bit more scope
We
to.
can do it. The major reason why I don't play longer matches is because it takes a little bit longer, and I usually have like a limited time I can get away from my schedule at a time. But we can certainly try that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And but then like today we had more time to analyze and go in depth. You're able to bring your heat maps, which illustrated the points better. So
Yes,
there's pros and cons to both ways. Yeah.
I really like this format. The primary reason is because there's a lot of discussion, and you learn a lot just by talking about plays, about one play, and then we do have the time to analyze it and go through all that.
Could you host four guests?
Yeah,
Because then you could have a doubles versus doubles consultation match.
that is certainly possible. Usually, what I do in the case of multiple guests is have two play against the bot. The reason is I had the suggestion of having me play against the guest, which is fine. But then what happens is there are twice as many moves that will require discussion, and that just takes more time than I would be able to commit myself. But we could do doubles versus the bot, or triples, or quadruple. It doesn't matter. We did one
As
with Tim Cross. That was a fun one.
Yeah, it was, and we did really well, and he's a friend, so it was very comfortable. It felt like I was sat at home playing with a friend. It was great.
I feel like I've made a lot of friends making these videos and interacting on social media with you and others. And I know we have another one coming with our friend Colin coming
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that'll also be fun. Like you definitely have the most diverse guests of anyone. If you had to write individually all the people you've had on your channel,
Do
it,
I?
it's it's a record.
What I do is basically I open it to anybody. Everybody is welcome to come. We even tried to have your friend Costin join us one time, but he didn't want to come. That was actually suggested by Jeff Hull because he said that would get a lot of views.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know, since I've kind of like warmed the bridge between me and Costin when I tried to challenge him, even
Yes.
though even though with the challenge has fallen through because he wanted to lock me in a room. You know, I pulled the parachute when he said that. I was like, no, this is too deep for me, you know. But
It's always entertaining to watch the discussion between the two of you. Tell me, how did this start? When did you first meet him, or how did that start?
so me and Costin first met over the Facebook groups.
Okay.
Um, it was kind of like we're kindred spirits because we both dislike online dice and we're both like almost conspiracy theorists about it. And as soon as I came on the scene, the everyone was like, "Oh, you and Costin, you're the same." And we met after a few months in person at the UK Open. So it
Yes.
was like, oh, hello, my brother. You know, it's like brother from another mother sort of thing. And it was like, come on, let's play. Let's see who's the best. And we played a money game for a few points, and I won. I can't remember the value of the point, but I won the equivalent of £20.
Okay.
And when it came to settle up, Costin paid me with bags of coins. Honestly, I had like 10 bags. There was as low as 20p's. It wasn't like pounds. There was like 20p's in there. My carry bag was heavy with all these coins, and I thought this was like taking the mickey, honestly. So, we get involved in the tournament and everything, and I'm like, I want to rematch. So, you know, he beat me the second time. I will say I was just trying to lose his coins back to him. I had no interest in keeping them. But he, I was like, here, take it, But he beat me the second time. And we'd missed the opportunity to join the main doubles tournament of the event. But some other people organized an 8-team doubles jackpot. And someone said, why don't you and Costin play together? And of course, that sounded fun. So I approached him and I was like, Costin, let's be doubles. Like, yeah, okay. I was like, how are we going to sort it out if we don't agree on the move? And it's like, well, you have one turn, I have one turn. Like, and we'll just play like
Alternate, yeah.
alternate, like who gets the final decision. So I was like, okay, that's cool, fine. And when we paid the money to play that, Costin pulled out a £50 note. Like, he had, So I don't know why he said, oh, because you're also a taxi driver, I thought you might need the coins. I was like, no, mate.
Now, how far apart do you live from each other?
4 hours. Huh?
Oh,
If I could move further away, I would, because I don't want to get locked up,
that's funny. Well,
So,
I always invite
wait,
anybody as well.
the story doesn't finish there. So
Oh, okay.
we start playing these doubles, and we win the first one, and we win the second one, and we get to the final. But there's a lot of confrontation between him and me arguing over moves because we're both passionate. And a lot of people started like watching the matches and stuff. And yeah, it just became a thing for a few months. Like, oh, you and Costin at the UK Open, you were hilarious. And we just provided entertainment.
Yes,
So,
yes,
yeah.
yes. I
So
feel,
that's it.
yeah, backgammon is a great way to bring people together, people that disagree, people that agree, and I've been able to meet people from all over the world, like yourself and others, and it's just enjoyable to play and then talk and listen to these stories. It's just like I would never have heard these stories that are so entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. And Phil is so good for stories, even when he's commentating. But like in Turkey, he was playing a variation of backgammon with Michi,
Hmm.
and they were just playing quietly. And I just went to watch because he just being around and listening to the conversation. Oh, it's really fun.
You mean Phil Simborg, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, I have a lot of respect for Phil Simborg. He's one of my good friends in backgammon, and the amount of work he's done for backgammon, I think a lot of people don't know. He's done so much, made like all these videos for the US BGF. He's done so many contributions. I remember over 10 years ago, he started an initiative to promote backgammon with youth. So as part of that, I went to the local university with a couple of other people. We would go there every week, and that's what he had promoted. And he has all these other variants. Great commentator, very entertaining, very knowledgeable, and just a good person. I wish we had more people like him and yourself in the game. That would
Yeah,
make the better.
but like you as well. That's why you like him so much, because you both do that same thing. All the things you just said about Phil, someone could say about you. So
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I try. I
yeah,
try. It's just I feel like it just gives me such enjoyment just playing and talking and having these discussions. And there's so much stress that people have in their personal life, in the world, in their workplace, and things that are going on in the world. It's a great opportunity to just enjoy yourself, and it's given me a lot of pleasure. And I like to be able to give back to others because I think that would help others too.
yeah, you definitely do. And whilst we're on air, let me just take this opportunity to say, I feel like the strategy forum, there's there's n- there's not too many regular good player comments. You comment a lot on a lot of positions and you provide detailed response. Other people just put in a play connotation without any theory or rationale behind it. And I think that the top players should just think like, okay, if I'm going to reply, let me reply in the most constructive way I can. I wish that happened more.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I find that, I spoke with a lot of people. One of the people with whom I've spoken is Bill Roberti, and he once said, when you write a book, like a lot of people have written books, or even just like writing these responses, the person that learns the most is the author, because you learn a lot just by writing things down yourself. And that includes, a comment on a post here or there or whatever. So that's been so enjoyable to me. I don't know, did I ever tell you how I first found the forums?
No,
So, uh, I feel like in the past few years with COVID, there have been a lot of people who have published books on backgammon, much more than in the previous 3 or 4 years, or even 5 to 10 years before that. One of them was the book, The Ziska Method by Zdenek Ziska. Are you familiar with this book? You've heard of it?
Def I've heard of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a great book, and one of the things that I really learned about it is it's about like the art of storytelling. So the key feature that he emphasizes throughout the book is basically what's going to happen next. So you're deciding on what play to make, whether you're going to make this play or whether you're going to make that play. Well, look at the future. Think about what's going to happen in the next roll. What is the opponent going to likely play? What are you going to likely play? And kind of go from there. So I learned a lot just by that. But in that book, he mentioned that he reviewed some things in the backgammon strategy group on Facebook, and I had never heard of that before. So then I
Okay.
went on there and I saw, wow, there are so many people. And I learned there's so many strong players, and that's actually helped me learn and improve myself. And it's really nice to be able to interact with some of the top players around the world that live, on the other side of the globe.
Yeah, I can remember when I first started seeing your posts. You came from nowhere and you were there, and from day one your answers were on point, and they've just,
Yeah, you'd be
the
surprised. There
the
are a lot of
details.
people. Yes, thank you. There are a lot of people that are really good at backgammon that may not be well known uh, because of a variety of reasons. I've been playing for maybe 40 years, and more seriously for about 20 to 25 years. Um, and primarily I don't go to tournaments, I don't enjoy traveling too much. I just get tired. But we have a lot of games here locally, and I play with the locals, and we have fun. Usually like chouettes and things like that, and sometimes tournaments. Uh, and there are a lot of people in the world that are like that.
Yeah, yeah. So it's almost like there's good players, but you don't see them or you don't hear them. So people don't know about them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, good. It's always a pleasure to see you on these videos and play, but I feel like this one has been a particularly enjoyable experience because we had the opportunity to discuss all of these things and hear some great stories.
Yeah, it was a little bit of like an interview and a gameplay all in one. So yeah,
Yes,
it was
yes.
fantastic. Yeah, I'll catch you on the social media, I'm sure. So thank you
Yeah, we'll
very
see
much.
you. And then
Uh,
we'll do another video with some friends. We did one with Tim Cross. Um, maybe I think with Jeff Hall, one of your friends. I know he was in the Gibraltar. I saw him playing today. Uh,
yes, yeah, and he won
and
his first match. I don't know after that, but
oh,
yeah,
good. I believe I saw him playing Patrick Jabali from UAE,
Dubai. Yeah.
Dubai. Yeah, he is fantastic. He runs an outstanding tournament, and he just opened up this whole club there. It's just amazing what he's done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All under the mind skills
Right.
thing. So, which is good because it's putting backgammon in a new light because we don't want people to. I don't think it's good to be too closely associated with gambling.
Yeah.
That can put off people. So
Right, right, right. He's done a lot. I spoke with him in depth about that in a separate interview. Yeah. So you meet some great people.
definitely, yeah, yeah. Thank you very much,
All
Alex.
right, my pleasure. We'll go ahead and conclude. Thank you again to my good friend John Georgiou. It's always a pleasure to see you. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you to the viewers for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Please let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on that. Again, my book, Backgammon, Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is in the description. I look forward to seeing everyone in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.